Hey, what's going on, everyone? Japin here. So, for those that aren't aware, during this past weekend, the Switch finally became available. Um, I was able to pick one up, fortunately, and I want to do like a quick little home interface video about it, just to sort of show it off. Now, whenever you start off the Switch, once it comes from sleep mode, we get this screen, which it's pretty nice. So you get a little home, go to the home menu itself, and then also on the side there, you see featured news, which we'll get more into that later. And then you see the time, how your internet's connected. That means wire connection, the little logo in the middle. And if my battery's fully charged, of course, it's at the dock. It's been at the dock. I just turned this off. So, you press A to continue. And then we are right here in the main home screen. So, as you can see, I'm playing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And if you look closely where like you see the title itself, to the left side you see a little like kind of it's like a rectangle with the arrow pointing down. That's actually supposed to simulate the cartridge. So that means that I have that cartridge in my system right now. And if we go to the side of we see Shovel Knight, that doesn't have it, nor does Fast RMX does. These games I downloaded, so they'll I'm assuming all your games will be on this little like tile system here. I am hoping that at some point, right now it's not big of an issue because the Switch library isn't so big, but can have folders or a better way to organize this for sure. So up here we have the user who's here. So the Switch once again does a little user system. So here we just get like kind of main profile. If I want to switch up anything, what I've been doing, you're able to change your icon here to. You're able to change the character. You can do your me. You can change the color background. So I thought that was pretty cool. Nice little touch. So here we have our friends list. We have add our friend. Kind of interesting things have been coming up from this. So of course this is your received friends request. Search for local users, meaning if there's someone close by to you with another Switch, you guys could hook up that way. Search for users you played. There isn't much I can't really show any because I haven't played with anyone so far. Search for friend codes. Now this is the big thing people have been kind of like a bit bad about. It's because you need friend codes for the most part to connect with someone. And as you can see down there, my friend code's right there. So if I wanted like, hey, add me, I would send them that kind of long code. And down here in the suggested friends is a pretty cool feature. So I hooked up my Fire Emblem Hero account to my Nintendo ID account. So when I started up the Switch, I put in my Nintendo ID, and then I found the suggested friends feature, which I found like people that I added through Fire Emblem Heroes. It's a small touch, but it's a little hint that Nintendo kind of cares more about online play. And then just kind of user settings once again. You could also hook this up to your social media things. I haven't legit done that yet. Let's see what happens if I just click on it, just because why not, right? Yeah, so you can link to your Twitter and Facebook. That's cool. I would assume more pages are going to come soon after a while. So earlier we saw the news feed, so there's a news button here. So if we click on it, we have, kind of things that kind of keep you up to date. Here they show you Mario Odyssey went to Switch. There's a new system update available. Let's actually look at this. Because the last one I got was 2.0, and I think this is that update. Yeah, so it kind of goes through all the stuff. I'm assuming once there's also instructions here because this just came out. Just want to inform people how to use this since there might not be that much information about that just yet. So here we have the Nintendo eShop. Once again, you log in through a user and give this a bit. It shouldn't take that long since I'm on a wire connection. So here there are only 4 options at the moment. Once again, small library. What could you do? There's search. There's recent releases, which I think are the only releases in the eShop right now. Coming soon. So, we got a couple of things there. And enter code if you have a prepaid card. So, let's see if I could pre-order this. No, you can't. Okay, so, oh well. So, that was the eShop. Then, here we have albums, where now they implemented a share button on the Switch itself. So I thought you could take videos, but apparently it's just photos for the moment. And here I have just snapshots from The Legend of Zelda during my little playthrough. Kind of things that I want to kind of things I want to remember. So for later play, that's come very useful. It helped me with two little puzzles in there. So here we have controllers. Kind of like you're able to. It changes the order of the controller. So let's say I don't know if you want to make whatever the Joy Cons that you have set as player 2 be player 1. Also, you can pair up new controllers, and it kind of just goes over that and shows you the battery life of each controller. Then we have system settings, kind of basic stuff for our systems. Here, there's an airplane mode. I can't really do anything with that at the moment because we are set to the dock, so it makes no sense to have an airplane mode for that. Screen brightness, once again. Parental controls, if you want to kind of set that up if you have a youngin'. Internet settings, kind of basic stuff. And here, as you can see here, I do have a micro SD card. It shows you how much memory is left, in the system settings. So that's, typical stuff. Pretty cool. Users, Mii's. Now, they haven't really forced Mii's on this system to me. I just realized they existed from my friends list, and then, just this little setting here. There's not a real big push for you to make a Mii. Or they tell you, oh, link it up to an account. So, that's cool. Amiibos, kind of the same deal what happened with the Wii U. You could register and give them nicknames. And it's the same thing. They haven't really upgraded the Amiibos themselves, so this is just what you get, as always. So here, when you get your system, you start off with this little basic white background. And you're able to switch it to kind of like, if anyone who has Twitter and has like paint mode on, this kind of reminds me of this a bit. So yeah, so that's cool. I would assume there would be more colors maybe later on, or more themes to this. Notifications, you could figure out what notifications you want. I did say this about sleep mode, where an interesting thing about when you start off the Wii U, already got to get used to saying Switch. But whenever you start off the Switch or just press the power button, it doesn't shut it off. It puts it to sleep mode. So what that does is that it just keeps all of your stuff on. So I came straight from sleep mode into, I'll just show you here. I went straight from sleep mode into the console, and as you see, I'm like in the middle of playing The Legend of Zelda. There was no it didn't stop the game, it's just on hold. It was suspended. Hence you see the playing there. So for the most time, I haven't actually shut off my Switch just yet. I just kind of left it charging in the dock. Kind of thing to know is that to completely shut it off, you have to hold the power button, and then an options menu will show up. I'll show that right now. So we have the sleep mode, power options, which you could completely shut it off, and then, as I said down there, suspended software will be closed. And kind of the sleep mode option here just puts it to sleep. Doesn't really let you pick out to shut it off. And yeah, I think I just missed a couple of the settings, but kind of control and sensor, TV settings. You could typical stuff. So it's a nice clean interface here. I just know it's mostly like that because it's kind of basic. There isn't so much I think it could do for the moment since the system just came out. Like I said, hopefully we'll see some file options whenever we get more games coming out. And a little bit more, and we'll see what else they could bring out. But yeah, man, so far I'm enjoying the Switch at the moment. I am just playing Breath of the Wild. So far, I think I just had it crash on me once. But other than that, it hasn't really bothered me at all. Now, there was an issue with the left Joy-Con I know a lot of people were kind of having. And I had that happen to me a couple of times. I think 2 or 3 times. But I think I just backed away from my system and it started working properly again. Yeah, so far it's been kind of smooth sailing. Nothing too getting in the way of messing up my experience. Yeah, so with that, you guys, let me know how, if you do have the Switch, let me know how you're liking it, or if you're still debating about getting a Switch. Leave a comment down there. Let me know what would drive you to actually get a Switch. All right, guys, thanks for watching.